Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Range Viper. I hate to break the news to everyone, I did not get this from overseas. These actually came from Walmart. Matter of fact, you guys are probably watching this, and you either have them now, or you're waiting for them to show up. So here it is. We've seen this. A lot of reviews have already been done, but I haven't seen it. I don't even think I've watched really any reviews because I wanted to have a first-hand look at it myself. There it is. Picture on the front. There's a little Easter eggs with the dark energon there. There you have the artwork and all the weapons that it comes with. Again, it looks really nice. It's number 76 in the line. Again, the artwork looks absolutely awesome. And on the back, as you can see, no overseas sticker, so if this is what you want to be, if you want to collect the inbox, just buy the box off someone for like $2, and then you can say there's a figure in it, put a banana in it or something. Anyway, there's the figure. There's the height of the actual figure. Everything that he comes with, his skull helmet, his Cobra insignia, and different things like that. There's his file card. That leads to absolutely nowhere, but we're not going to go over that. Now, I will say this, we are not going to compare it because I don't have a Range Viper, believe it or not. So we're just going to have to take a look at this. Nothing to compare it to, unfortunately. It's the breaks, man. Anyway, before we get started, if you like the content that I'm giving you, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a new G.I. Joe video. Now let's take a look at it. Alright, so now he is open. Here's his weapons locker. Range Viper 76, upside down Cobra symbol, and an upside down Cobra upside down number. Here's the artwork on the inside. Black and white. I think it looks really nice. As a matter of fact, this figure looks very menacing. Total vibes of just like some sort of horror creature that you might get. Anyway, if you're going to do plastic patching, that was the way to do it. There's the figure. This would fit in with your Monster Squad. Absolutely perfect when it comes out. We'll look at that in a second. Alright, so let's look at everything that it comes with now. The backpack is in cardboard. Again, we were told these things were going to come in cardboard. Some would, some won't, some don't. We have no idea. Now, to do the backpack, I'm not really sure why you do that and not the weapons. So anyway, let's take a look at the backpack. So it looks like I have a gas mask or some sort of oxygen tank and a plug into it. So I'm going to guess that it's going to plug in somewhere. Well, we're going to have to look and figure out where that goes because I'm going to say that plugs in somewhere, or am I just absolutely crazy? Oh yeah, there it is. Plugs right in the back of the helmet there. That is not his brain, even though it kind of looks like it. So looking at this, they did give it some paint apps to it. Matter of fact, they give us some really nice paint apps, a bunch of paint apps, to be honest. So it looks like we have some bullets up here on the top, some shells for the shotgun. They have a shotgun. It doesn't have a shotgun. I wonder if those are... Maybe those are supposed to be the grenade launcher for the grenades for the grenade launcher. There you have some sort of digital readout right there. So you can see a numeric pad. You have a red dot right there. The backpack looks really nice. There you have what pretty much looks exactly like Rock and Roll's walkie-talkie or something very similar. It is attached to the backpack, so it's not going to come off. And then what I'm going to assume is oxygen that feeds into it. So this is going to work really well going into the mines and different things like that with the Dark Energon to go up against this guy who obviously is going crazy when it doesn't work for him. Alright, we have the machine gun, and as we can see, it's already bent a little bit. So how flimsy is this? Well, we can look at it quickly here. How straight is it? It has a slight bend to it. Up here, something I'm going to have to rectify if I want to use this weapon. It is fairly soft, but not awful. Where this really becomes an issue with the pliabiliness, did I make up a word? Is that around the barrel, it starts to sag. That's what she said. Because it's too soft. So that's why the durometer really needs to be hardened up. I don't know. I'm just making up words right now. So anyway, here it is. Got his handle for it. No stock on it. It's going to be kind of crazy to use it that way. Here is the ammo canister. You can see the bullets there. It's going to plug right into the top, right into the bottom. There's a hole right there, see? Hole right there. Wow, I can't get it in. Maybe realize why I have been single for as long as I have been. All right, so that plugs in there. Now this is actually pretty nice because, honestly, the bullets that are feeding into it are actually pretty sturdy. So it's actually going to hold the magazine or the canister in place, and then you can see the bullets kind of ready to eject out here. So the machine gun looks pretty decent, not bad. It does have a port for blast effects. Here we have the grenade launcher. Now we've seen other companies have something very similar. It doesn't look bad. This does rotate, but I feel like this should be a little bit larger. I'm not really sure how that lines up. Maybe I'm missing something here. I mean, maybe it kind of lines up. I mean, it is a toy, but it just feels like, yeah. I can't think of what it's called. Wow, that's soft. Anyway, inside here, I feel like it should line up better. It does have a scope, so you know exactly where you're aiming. Looking at this thing, it's bent to crap. Just awful, awful, awful. Look how, I mean, this thing is like super soft. Like, again, if you want to tell me this is for kids, I'm going to tell you it's not. They're not really for and up. These are for adult collectors. But even if it's for kids, what kid wants these soft weapons? No one. So, all in all, it looks decent. I'm not thrilled with that. It just doesn't line up. It doesn't look right. I can't see myself really using this after this review. It does have a port for blast effects. Again, it doesn't look bad, but with it being this soft, I don't even want it. Here we have a some sort of axe pick or pickaxe. Again, very pliable. It looks like it has some sort of tool at the end of it. So you can obviously be using it for different types of things, which is actually pretty cool. I do think this looks pretty nice. It is almost straight, so yay, Hasbro. Here we have his, I don't believe it's a sai. It kind of looks, looks like a cactus. It looks like a black cactus. And as you can see, it's bent, and I don't believe that's how it's supposed to be. Not really too much to it. It does have what looks like it's supposed to be maybe, I'll just get some design at the bottom. Not bad, but again, I'd rather have less design and a better diameter of plastic. Here is his scarf. I think this is what comes with Zartan. Very pliable, which may actually work better than the one that comes with. And again, I think this is the same one that comes with Zartan. His tends to get in the way due to the hood that he's wearing. Here we have an ammo belt that you're going to wrap around him. Again, this is what came with the original one. Now, you did the black across it because that's what's actually supposed to be holding the ammunition, the bullets on it. And then we have a pistol. Pistol with an extended magazine. Very small pistol. Not sure if we've seen this before. If we have, put in the comments. Now, the shorter the weapon, the more durable and harder the actual plastic feels, but I believe it's all the exact same. So the pistol actually looks pretty nice. I like the extended magazine. It does have a port for the blast effect there. So that looks nice. So let's look at the figure. Again, very disappointed Hasbro on all of your weapons and your accessories. They've been too soft. You absolutely know this. Look at the peg for the backpack is bent, so that's going to be neat. That's going to need to be heated up. This is just, I mean, it's really unacceptable. And I know people say you got to stop complaining about it. No, we don't, because we're buying these things. So we really do deserve to have, you know, a decent durometer. And I mean, that's the only issue that you're having. And before someone says again that they're for kids, we did have this issue before. So, all right. So let's take a look at the figure. We'll have the articulation really quick. In case you're new to the line here. right out of the box here, T-pose. I feel like I'm having an issue getting this arm up, but again, if something is different on this figure, then I'll let you know, but I feel like that's not going to go up all the way. And maybe that's just the way that it's cut, as you can see right there. Bicep swivel. Let's get this down. Bicep swivel. Double pinless joints. You got your wrist swivel. Ooh. Wow, that is the worst Jean-Claude Van Damme I can think any classified, especially of recently, has had. Like, that is... Usually they get almost a perfect Jean-Claude Van Damme, not this one. And the drop-down hips are down all the way, so that's very shocking to me. He does have the ab crunch. He's only going to go down so far because the vest is definitely going to get in the way. Goes back. He does swivel back and forth. Double knees, no issues. You got your thigh. Boot cut, ankle rockers. And this was right out of the package. The only issue that I'm definitely seeing is he doesn't do the T-pose all the way. So maybe it's just this one figure. He does have butterfly joints, but I don't feel their butterfly joints really do too much. They really should cross over enough so you can put a pistol in their hand, but you can see that it really doesn't. It works going backwards, but I don't really care about going backwards that much. All right, so let's take a look at this figure. So the face sculpt here looks very menacing. Again, this thing would fit really well if you're into the Monster Squad there. He's got some little head pieces on, or ear pieces. Now, this is not his brain. I guess if you want to make it his brain, you could. But this is a helmet. It is a skull helmet with the brain. The eyes look really good. Paint's good. The darkness on the nose, around the cheekbones. No complaints at all there. And it wraps all the way around, and then it's going to plug into the back. His vest here. Nice paint. I don't see any rub on it. Just the one paint app, so it's black. You got this nice tan that runs across it. Tan. What would match with the tan? Oh, let's think about it. Oh, the female figures that everyone complains about their weapons. Gray gloves. He does have the cut-off sleeves here. You can see there's some paint that rubs up onto the top underneath the shirt, but it's hard to tell unless you're really pointing it out. Cobra symbol looks really nice. He does have a watch that probably does come off. Or not. Nope, it's molded on. They mentioned another watch that comes off in one of the new reveals, so that's why I was thinking it comes off. So he does have the pouches. That all looks nice. He's got the holster on his thigh. Nice little paint app with a pouch there. Again, what I believe would be more, maybe, is that more ammunition? I mean, I don't know what he's really holding. He doesn't have a weapon for that. But at least pouches there. He's got great knee pads. What looks to be like some shin guards, but they don't stick out like the original ones. So that's good because those boots absolutely sucked. So let's arm this guy. Let's see how he looks. Let's throw the backpack on here. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention on the back there. So there's the magazines, at least what looks like magazines. Again, like, there's so much stuff. And then he has a holster for, I don't know what he's going to hold in there. I mean, is the side going to go up there? I mean, I put it in backwards, but is that how it's supposed to hold on to it? Because that thing's not going to fit in there. All right. So the one thing that I've started to notice is these backpacks don't seem to be fitting really well. I really notice it on my tunnel rat. So when you look at the post here, or the hole right there, it's not that big. Now, I like the fact that this is very long. God, I can't help saying all these words. But I am. So, when you plug it in here, it just sits out kind of far. Now, Maybe because of where the ab crunch is, I really think that this should be lower, along with the peg that's going to go on there. It's sitting on the back, and how it sets here, it makes these backpacks fall out pretty easily. Now this one kind of feels like it's snug, but I'm not sure if it will unsnug. Again, another word I'm making up here, over time. Let's see if we can plug this in here. So I can honestly say I'm having a few issues here. All right, so I can move this back and forth. So this isn't bad. I complained about this guy right here, and so I complained about him, and you really can't move his head around because it's not pliable. These two plastic pieces aren't pliable to move around. This one here, no problem whatsoever. He's able to move back and forth without any issues. Now you have the ammo belt that I probably should have put around him first. Maybe I'll use this for tunnel wrap because his is way too long. Pistol pops down there. Again, I'm guessing the side goes in upside down, so it's just gonna, I don't know. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. We got a scarf here. Throw a scarf on. I'm not a big fan of these scarves. They really seem to fall off fairly easily. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I was wondering why it seems so dark. I forgot to turn my light on. Woohoo! There you go. Now I feel like it's super bright. I feel like I changed the whole complexity of, of the video. Alright, so machine gun. You can plug it in pretty easily. I think the figure is pretty neat, but he's pretty bland, I guess. Now, if you're going to try and do... we'll mess around with it in a second here. So you can obviously hold the machine gun without a problem. Alright. Now I'm going to need to mess around with him a little bit more. Get him into a good gunner position. I really don't mind him looking like this. It does bother me having a figure, you know, it doesn't have a stock on the back. So, we'll take this off really quick. Let's try the grenade launcher. And how easy is it to pop up there? Now you can see how easily I pop this out, just moving my hand. So this doesn't look bad. Again, it needs to be straightened because he has no idea where he's shooting. I feel like this is a McFarlane weapon. So that doesn't look bad. I actually kind of like it when it's in his hand. It kind of takes away some of the flaws. And from certain angles, you can't tell that it's completely bent. But if you look at it, it doesn't take much to see that it's bent. So, and then he has his crazy axe pick, whatever you want to call it. And we can throw this in his hand. I'm going to say his hand is probably stretched out now, and it's just going to fall straight down. So you're going to have to heat up his hand, shrink it, and then cool it if you want to do shots with this. I guess I got to stay there for a second. So actually, that doesn't look too bad. All right, that's it. That's a Range Viper. I actually think he's pretty cool. I actually like the head a lot, looking at it. That's a decent looking figure. I don't know. What else do I need to say about the weapons? Let's wrap it up and I'll do my final. Alright. Final first thoughts on the Cobra Range Viper is I think the sculpt looks awesome. I think the weapons look good for the most part. But once again, we come to the issue of the soft guns. And I know what people say, that they're for kids, but these are not meant for kids. I feel like they need someone on the design team out in China checking these and seeing what the diameter is, how they can make the weapons harder. They don't have to be as hard as, let's say, Baliburs, NECA, or Mythic Legions, but they need to be in a range of where they were before. The sculpt is really good. I think they did a really good job with the helmet. Maybe a second head that's kind of like the mole wrap back there that makes him look like, hey, you know what? His Dark Energon has leaked into it. But other than that, really nice looking figure. But the weapons, once again, leave me in complete dismay. Hasbro, fix them. Alright, so that's my final thoughts on the Range Viper. I like the figure. I love the sculpts that we're getting. I'm going to continue to bang on the weapons. It is a huge issue, Hasbro. It needs to be addressed. This, to me, is not on the design team. And people can say that you're shilling for them, you're making excuses. You know, when you're talking about a major corporation, you are talking about different levels. They've designed the weapons, the figure. They do a wonderful job. In a small company, Balaverse, Four Horsemen, even NECA, you know, Boss Fight Studios, places like that, they have more control over it. The ownership has more control over it. The higher management has more control over it, where they can change things. And this is a Hasbro thing. And when I say you can't blame, you know, Lenny and the design team, this goes for Marvel Legends. This goes for Star Wars Black Series. It goes for Power Rangers. Anyone like that, you know, you're looking at a corporation level. This is where it's failing. And unfortunately, it hurts the product. When you look at these designs, every single one of these designs, the sculpt has been absolutely awesome. But again, we struggle with these weapons and we complain about them. And the thing is, we've seen how weapons from them can look good. The Alley Viper weapons, the original Snake Eyes weapons, that's the original one. When they went to the newer models of it, they weren't soft like this. So anyway, Hasbro, this is something you need to address. It is going to hurt your bottom line, which is profit. And we know that the corporation of Hasbro, all they care about is profit. What the shareholders get, what the CEOs get, they're the ones that really care. You switch from the plastic-free packaging because it hurt your profit. Fix the weapons, the accessories, just a little bit harder. That's what she said. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. If you liked what I gave you, take a second. Social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, a Punk with Toys, the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a Punk with Toys. And also follow the rules on the Facebook group page. I asked you 2 questions. What are you into, modern or vintage, something like that? Answer the questions. I'm going to stop denying people because I'm not going to look at every single person that I have to look at and see if they are actually toy collectors. That's a mouthful. I'm done. I'm going to get out of here. But before I leave, if you like the content that I'm giving you, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a G.I. Joe classified video. And there's a whole bunch coming out. There's so much shit coming out. I don't know what to even say. Anyway, enough. But don't go. You stayed this long. Up here is going to be the mole rat, and here is the classified playlist. All the classified videos, all the classified figures I reviewed. Take care.